Hello everyone, welcome to my Facebook Live. I am very excited to share a super cute idea with you guys today. Look how cute this is. This is a little jam caddy. It holds a couple of these little jars of cherry jam. We're going to get to that in a minute. We're using again that Sweetest Cherries Bundle. We're actually not using the stamp set, but we are using the punch, which if you're going to get the punch, I do encourage you to get the stamp set. You're going to save 10% by getting the whole bundle, and you will use those stamps. They are super cute. We're not using them today, but we're going to make this in just a minute. I'm going to show you how cute this is. All right, before we do though, while we're waiting for everybody to jump on, let's talk about everything that's going on. There's lots going on. We're about halfway through the month, and so we're halfway through these sales. So if you haven't taken advantage of these yet, make sure you do. The kids collection right now is buy one get one 50% off. So this does not include paper pumpkin kits. This is only all of those kids collection. You can only see these kits in my online store. The ones that are still available, you can get buy one get one 50% off. Remember, kits are only available while supplies last, and sometimes they restock them. So if there might be a kit that maybe you missed out, but they're going to put more of them on if it's still there. I mean, if that makes sense. I mean, sometimes it's pictured, but you can't purchase it. Sometimes that means that they're going to bring it back. So make sure you shop that buy one, get one 50% off sale. It's a really good sale to stock up on those kits if you're doing some traveling. Really, really good to get those kits. All right, last chance products. A lot of these products have already sold out. Some of them are discounted up to 50% off. These are last chance products from the January through June mini catalog. So if you haven't gotten all your items from your wish list here, make sure you're shopping my online store. Check that last chance banner. It will show you everything that's still available and all those discount prices. All right, guys, we're gonna launch a new catalog coming in July. I know it's hard to believe, but we have our July through December catalog and then our summer celebrations, a July and August celebration. So I can't show you the insides of these yet. I did do an unboxing video of stuff that I got in my pre-order, so if you missed that, it's in my VIP group, or you can catch the replay on my YouTube channel. I am prepping catalogs to send out to customers. I am hoping to get those out next week, so if you have placed an order with me, watch for that coming soon. One thing that I want to point out that's coming with that summer celebration, this is our amazing planner. This planner, it is an 18-month planner. You're going to get enough month dates and weekly dates. They have weekly pages in here too, so you can actually, focus your actual weekly tasks. You can get this in July and August for celebration, but only when you join Stampin' Up. And I only have 6 months in here. I have July through December in here, but I just love it. I haven't actually started using it yet, but I just love it. I love the size of it. It comes with lots of sticker sheets. Again, it comes with 18 months worth of pages. It comes with a stamp set. It comes with 3 notebooks. But you can only get this when you join Stampin' Up. This is the new, this is like the join promotion. When you join Stampin' Up during celebration in July and August, you're going to get this planner for free. It is so gorgeous. So I do encourage you over the next couple of weeks to start thinking about that. If you have a long wish list and you love this planner, joining Stampin' Up will be the way to go. So start thinking about that in the back of your mind. And then maybe in July you'll be ready to join. All right, guys, this is my host code for June. If you are shopping my online store, make sure you use this host code. All orders receive a PDF with 3 exclusive projects. If your order is over $50 or more, you will receive a make and take kit to coordinate with the PDF. And this month's make and take kit features the Sweetest Cherries Bundle. So the Cherry Punch and the Sweetest Cherries stamp set. So if you love this, if you love the Punch and Bundle, make sure you're placing an order to get that. Just grabbing one more thing I forgot we needed to get that that PDF. All right, guys, words are hard today. I'm gonna be honest, this is gonna be a rocky Facebook Live. Words are very hard, but we're gonna get through it. All right, so this is what we're gonna make today. Our little jam caddy. Now I'm gonna actually show you 2 ways to do this. And we'll get into that in just a second, but let's talk about the little jellies here. These I found on Amazon, and in my blog post, which will go up hopefully around noon, as soon as I get this video downloaded and uploaded to my blog, the link for these little jam jars will be on my blog post. I got these on Amazon. They were a little pricey, so I would not, make 100 of these. But I think this would be a really cute gift if maybe you were traveling, maybe staying at a friend's house or something. This would be a really cute like hostess gift. If you have your kids are in camp or something, I think this would be a cute little counselor gift, camp counselor gift. So it's a little bit more of a pricier gift, not one that you're going to give to 100 people, but one that you're going to give to some very special people. So, but it's super cute. So we're going to make this. There are two ways to make it. Like I said, you can either start with a 12 by 12 or 12 by 4 piece of cardstock. If you don't have any 12 by 12 cardstock to trim down, I'm going to show you how to do it with a 6 by 4 piece of cardstock. You'll need 2 of these. So I've already cut and scored one. So we're only going to do one. So I'm going to show you how to do that with the 6 by 4 piece. So all the measurements in the video description for Facebook will have the 6 by 4 measurements. On my blog, I'm also going to list the 12 by 4 measurements, and on YouTube, I'll also have the 12 by 4 measurements on there as well. So I'm going to kind of walk you through both of them, but we're only going to make the one that uses the 6 by 4 piece. All right, so your 6 by 4 piece, again, you're going to need 2 of these. So you're going to need to score this twice. So on the 4-inch side, we are going to score it at 1 inch on each side. Score it at 1 inch. Turn it all the way around. Score it at 1 inch again. And then on the long side, you are going to score it at, I'm looking at my notes, at 1 and at 3. And then you're going to mark it at 4, but you're going to stop at that horizontal score line right here. Then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do it again at 4, stopping at that horizontal score line. These are just going to be cut lines. So we don't want to score it all the way down into the middle. Those are just going to be kind of guides to cut it. So again, with this, your 4 by 6 piece, you're going to do this twice, okay? I've already done one, like I said, and I'll show you the 12 by 4 piece in just a minute. So let me show you how to cut and burnish this. Well, so burnish all those score lines, and then we're going to do a little bit of trimming, and then I'm going to show you how to put these together. Now, when you do the trimming, it's the exact same for both pieces. So you can do both pieces the exact same. So holding this in the 6-inch mark, or 6-inch landscape, we are just going to trim up these little square tabs. So I cut straight up this rectangle one, and then I notched in on that little square one. And we're going to do the same here. Straight up and notch in, just like that. Now on this little partial score line, we're just going to cut straight up, just like that. And then we're going to cut this whole piece out. Okay, so just cut that one, just like that. And we're going to do the same thing for this side. So we're going to cut up that rectangle and notch in on that little square. So cut up the rectangle, notch in on the square. Oh, that was way crooked. Let's try that again. And then we're just going to cut that partial line and cut this whole piece off. Okay, let me bring in my other piece. So you're going to need 2 of these. So this is what they'll look like. Now, if you have a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, I don't actually keep a lot of 12 by 12 on hand, which is why I came up with the way to do it with 2 pieces. If you do happen to have some 12 by 12 cardstock, this is how you're going to trim it. So you're basically going to trim it the exact same way. The only difference is you're going to have a score line at the 6-inch mark here. So if you can see, so the only difference is that we have 2 pieces that are separated that are 6 inches long. Let me pull this up a little bit. 2 pieces that are separated that are each 6 inches long. This one is only separated with that score line. So you're still going to notch in on all of those 4 corners, and you're going to cut these sections out right here. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So this is how you would do it with a 12 by 12 one. All right, now we're going to put some adhesive on here. And you would put the adhesive the same exact way on the 12 by 12 one. So for this one, so you'll see I'm using tear and tape. Let me move this one out of the way real quick. I'm using tear and tape, and I'm only going to put adhesive on this back panel on one of them. So I already have that. So we only need to put adhesive on these little side tabs. Now I am using a lot of adhesive, and I'm using a strong adhesive. I'm using tear and tape because these little jars are, I mean, they're not heavy, but they're not super light. I would not make this box with DSP. You definitely want to use some cardstock for this. It's going to make it much sturdier. Okay, so this is how you're going to place all your adhesive, and you would do it the exact same way with your 12 by 12 piece. Okay, because eventually, because this is how it's going to go together. So you would still want this glued together. And then your boxes would still go together the exact same way, like this. The only difference is that it's connected by a score line. So I hope you're kind of getting that. I hope that makes sense. So that's connected by a score line. So you can do it with a piece of 12x4 cardstock, or you can do it with 2 pieces of 6x4 cardstock. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not overly confusing everybody. Okay, so we're gonna go through, peel off all of our adhesive backings here. You can take your pick tool. I'm just using my scissors. Probably should use my take my pick tool. This gets my scissors a little bit sticky, which I don't like, but it's okay. So all of the adhesive is going to come off the backing here. All right, then this one too. The boxes are going to go together the exact same way. Peel these off. Okay, just a couple more on this side. All right, one more tap. Here we go. All right, so we have all of our adhesive showing. So we're going to stick the boxes together the exact same way. So this score line right here is going to line up with this cut edge. So you're just going to go around and stick those little tabs into the box. Now the other option you have to make this little box is you can give away just one little jam jar at a time. And if you were to do that, then you just make this one side and you can decorate the front as much as you want, and then you have just a one little jam gift. But I thought the little caddy with both of them was just too cute. All right, so this one's going to be the exact same way. Just be careful because you have adhesive all along the back here. Okay. And this, there we go. So now you have these 2 little boxes, and you're just going to adhere them together. You can use liquid glue for this part if you want to be able to wiggle it around a little bit, because you're not going to get any wiggle room with that tear and tape. But there you go. That is basically your little jam caddy. And it would be the same exact way with that 12x12 one. You would just adhere that down, and it would be the same way. And I actually have one. This one is made with that 12x12 cardstock, so it's folded over the top here. So you can see they are exactly the same. So it just depends on if you keep a lot of 12x12 cardstock on hand. That's not something that I generally keep on hand. I don't do a lot of crafting with 12x12, so I don't generally keep a lot of it on hand. All right, now for the little inserts, now I put my little jars in here, but I thought they wiggled around a little too much. You can like adhere the bottom, put a couple dimensionals on the bottom and just stick them down. But I wanted to make a little, like a little place for them to kind of sit. So you'll need 2 of these pieces. These are 4 by 1 15/16. Now 15/16 is very specific, so just kind of just a hair shorter than 2 inches would be good. This is 2 inches wide, and if I made it, the first one I made, it was exactly 2 inches wide, and it just didn't fit as well. It kind of bowed up a little bit. So by just shaving off a little bit, so it's just a little bit shorter than that 2 inches is perfect. You don't have to get to measure exactly at 2 15/16. And then I die cut a circle in there. I used the Stylish Shapes, and I used the 3rd smallest circle from in here just to die cut a little circle. And I found that was the perfect size for this. And this is just going to get adhered on the front and then the back. So your piece was 4 by 1 15/16. On the 4-inch side, you're going to score it at 1 and at 3. So just 1 inches on each side, and that's going to give you like your little jar holder is kind of what that's called, or what I'm calling it anyway. You can use tear and tape for this. I'm just going to use some liquid glue just to adhere this down. And the sides of the box are 1 inch tall, so it should kind of sit right at the surface of your box. Okay, so that is a little thing, our little jam holders. So make sure that's nice and stuck, and then you can stick those in there. They are so cute. Isn't that cute? Such a cute little thing, and it holds it really well. So our cardstock is super sturdy, so it's going to hold it really well. Before we stick our little jam in there, I'm going to use a corner rounder. This is a retired corner rounder. I'm sure a corner rounder is something that you probably have in your stash. So I just want to round those corners, and then I'm going to take another retired punch. This is just a 1/2 inch circle punch. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball the center there. I'm just making sure it's kind of even in both directions. And I'm going to punch through both layers. This is just going to give us a little hole to tie our ribbon through. Okay. All right. So we are ready. You can stick these in here. If you feel like they're still not secure enough, I think they're pretty secure. They're kind of held in there. If you feel like they're not secure enough, you can put some dimensionals or glue dots on the bottom, and that will hold it in place. All right. We are going to tie a bow on top of it. This is our frayed white ribbon, and I am just going to, let me see, I need a little bit more. This thicker ribbon, you need a little bit more. So I'm just going to actually just tie a loop. I'm not even going to tie a knot or anything. I'm just going to go straight into my bow. Just tie that on there. Give it a little bit of an angle. This ribbon is so pretty. It's a little bit thick for cards, but I think for 3D items, it's just perfect, and it's so soft and just so pretty. So this is the white frayed ribbon. So cute. Isn't that just adorable? Just like that. You don't even need to add anything. But of course, we're going to add a few things. So let's start with our cherries. Move that trash out of the way. Let's start with our cherries. I have my cherry punch here, and then I have some scrap cardstock. All right, we're going to need 2 of everything. So I have some Poppy Parade. This is the same color as our box. And I'm going to punch 2 cherries from the Poppy Parade. Okay. You can stamp these. Again, you can use that Sweetest Cherries stamp set and stamp them and then punch them. But we're just kind of building them with cardstock. All right, I'm going to need 2 stems. So I have crumb cake for my stems. And let's see, turn it this way. Get another stem out of there. All right, and then for my leaves, we're going to need 2 leaves, and I'm using Parakeet Party for those. All right. All right, so there are all of our little cherry pieces. Move that out of the way. And we're going to add a little bit of texture and dimension to our cherries. So pull these out, grab a blending brush, have a piece of scratch paper here, and my Poppy Parade ink. And all we're going to do is just kind of add some texture and dimension, just not shading on the sides of them. It's probably not going to show up too much on camera, but in person, it's there. Now this cherry is going to go on the right. So I did the shading on the right. This one's going to go on the left. So I'm going to do the shading on the left on this one. So just a little bit. It adds a lot in person. Let me do a little bit more on this one. Just a little. Okay. So that's it with our blending brush. As long as our red ink is out, we're going to stamp our greeting. This is for you. I'll move this down a little bit so I can see. This greeting is from the Simply Fabulous stamp set. I've used this one a ton. The greetings, I cannot get enough of. I love these greetings. So that's it with our red ink. We're going to put that away before we have a disaster. Now for our cherries, I wanted to give them a little bit of a highlight. See that little highlight there? So I'm actually going to take some of our white ink refill. So when you buy this, it comes with an uninked pad, and you're going to ink up your pad, and then you'll have the refill to keep inking it up as you need it. And I'm going to take a blender pen. This is different than our Stampin' Blends. Let me show you this is a Stampin' Blend. This is a blender pen. So you can see the difference in this. This is more for kind of like watercoloring than for using like with an alcohol marker. So I'm just going to kind of pick that up. I put this on my block. You'll be able to clean your block with a baby wipe, or just run it under some water. So I'm just using my blender pen. I'm just kind of making like a little swoosh, and then just like a little dot underneath. It's pretty white right now, but it'll dry a little bit more opaque. And after it's dry, if you want it to be a little more prominent, you can go over it again. You can already see it's kind of drying pretty fast. All right, now I'm just going to scribble my blender pen until it runs clear again. And then you can use it on any other color. You can keep using it for multiple colors. All right, set that aside. And we're going to set these aside to dry. And we'll set all of our other cherry pieces aside. All right, just going to trim this. This is just a 1-inch scrap. So I'm just going to cut it to the height of the words, just like that. Okay, let's talk about the rest of our pieces. I have another circle that I've die cut with those stylish shapes. This one is the 3rd largest. So just one up from that one that we cut before. And I have embossed this with the splatter embossing folders. You actually get stripes and splatters together. They're one of the mini embossing folders. I love these embossing folders. So this is a splatter one. And we're gonna have to just work with these. Okay, let's assemble our cherries. So I'm gonna do some stems. I'm just gonna put a little dot of liquid glue here. Need a new bottle. A little dot of liquid glue. You can use glue dots too. And I'm gonna make my stems each go, so one's gonna go pointed kind of this way. And this one's gonna go pointed this way, because they're gonna meet in the middle. All right, a little bit of glue here. And we're just gonna kind of overlap them a little bit. And I want those stems to touch. And we're gonna take the leaves. I'm gonna put one leaf, just a little bit of glue on that. Those stems right there. I'm gonna put one leaf here. And I'm going to, oops, trying to pick this up without ruining that white. I'm gonna put a little bit more glue on the back. Again, use glue dots if you don't like the liquid glue. And this glue, this one is gonna go back here. It's just gonna kind of sandwich those stems together. You see that? Super cute, right? Yay. All right, we're gonna take our greeting. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue across the front here. You can stick this on with dimensionals too. And I'm just gonna stick that on, just like that. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for a second, kind of dry. Where did my dimensionals go? Here they are. Here are some dimensionals. I'm gonna stick these on the back. Hopefully that white ink is dry enough. And we're going to stick this onto, oh, maybe not, that's okay. We're gonna stick this onto our, okay, dab that, oh, hold on. Let me see if I can fix that. This one has, it's gone a little bit crazy. There we go. All right, perfect. So I kind of fixed that white ink. It was a little smeared. It's still a little smeared, but once it dries completely, it'll be a little bit more opaque. All right, this is gonna go onto the front of our little caddy. I'm gonna stick it on with dimensionals, but I'm only going to stick the dimensionals onto the front right here, because obviously we're not gonna fit a dimensional there. So just onto the front here. And then you're gonna stick your little circle and make sure it doesn't hang below the bottom. Isn't that cute? Look how cute that is. So cute. All right, finishing touch. Just have one more thing to add. These are our elegant faceted gems. These are some of my favorite little gems, and I'm just gonna add some of these clear ones. Tip this forward. I'll put one here, and one up here on the cherry. So cute. All right, let me put all this away and move my lid. All right, that is our little, that's it. That completes it. Now you can decorate the sides. You can cut some DSP if you wanted some more decorations on the side or the front of your box, but I think that this is a pretty special box. Some minimal decorations, some big fancy ribbon, I think is all it needs. So it's super cute. You guys will have to let me know what you think. So next week I will be live again Wednesday. I'm gonna have to get back to you on times though with the kids' schedule. It's just a little bit crazy. But next week I have the most adorable project, and we are going to use one of the new celebration stamp sets that's coming. Look how cute this is. We're gonna make this. It's so cute. So I can't wait for next week. We're gonna have super fun with those little hippos. All right, guys, if you have any questions, I'm gonna kind of let them sit both like that. If you have any questions, let me know. If you are shopping, please head to my online store, use this host code. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you are watching this on Facebook, please share this with your friends. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys in a week, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.